Hola everyone, welcome to Open. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host, Y Café con Leche, every Friday. Here's what's coming up in today's show. First up, Arts and Education Coordinator from the Point, Amanda Barreto, is here to discuss the Point CDC's after-school programs. Then, co-founders of Two Kings Kitchen, Thurman Walker and Jason London, share how their community-focused nonprofit aims to combat food insecurity. After that, empowerment coach, speaker, and founder of MugHug Store Aura Martinez joins us to talk about empowered morning rituals. And finally, our Open Artist Spotlight shines on managing and artistic director of Jazz Power Initiative, Dr. Eli Yamin, and WBGO's President and CEO, Stephen Williams, who join us to talk about the 2026 Jazz Power Initiative Syncopated celebration. And then to close out the show, we've got Dr. Eli Yamin and renowned jazz trumpeter James Zollar will perform Duke Ellington's Do Nothing Till You Hear From Me. So sit back y prepárate. All this and more is headed your way because now we are officially open. Hey everyone, and welcome to Open. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host, Y Café con Leche. For the next hour, inviting you to get social with us online. That is, follow us on all social media platforms at Bronxnet TV. And of course, don't forget while you're there, follow me on all social media platforms as well at Rhina Valentin. And so my first guest is a lifelong resident of the Bronx who represents one of the most important nonprofit organizations in the South Bronx called the Point Community Development Corporation, or as we call it, the Point CDC. Her efforts with the Point empowers and uplifts over 500 young people annually by offering free classes in photography, hip-hop songwriting, visual arts, circus arts, and community organizing. And here to share more about the Point CDC's programs, please welcome Arts and Education Coordinator Amanda Barreto. Hello,
Hi.
welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, we're happy to have you and to share the latest programs that the
Yes.
Point is offering. And prior to getting on air, I shared with you that I've been part of the whole Point movement since
That's
its
beautiful.
inception. So it's so lovely to share. I don't know, a couple decades later of in the making of where we are now and all the programs that are being
Absolutely,
offered.
yeah.
So thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.
And for your service to the next generation.
Thank you, yeah.
So let's talk about the programming and how it's even set up, right? As far as it being after school, it being free, and then we can talk about the different programs being offered.
Of course, yeah. So we do offer after-school programming, which is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Fridays, and they're open from ages 9 years old to 20 years old. We're still trying to branch out for adults and other senior related programming, but this is what we offer for now for our young groups. We do also offer photography for adults, but we'll get more in depth into that, and they all are free. So
yeah, well, that's my favorite word, free 99. Right? No, but here's the thing. Here's the beauty of what you shared, right? You're saying, okay, now we're expanding into offering adult programming, but there's a lot of programming that happens with the entertainment sector because I know Angel Rodriguez hosts like this Legend series,
Living Legends concerts.
Yes.
I just went to one recently, and it was beautiful. Like. It was actually my first one going. He does it a lot of times. I don't know when our next one will be, but it was beautiful to experience that and like to hear the music and like live. Like it's
yes,
beautiful.
and I should really identify him as a master percussionist because he's a maestro. Yes,
He definitely is.
Yes, and I know he's curating that series. So I just wanted to mention that you do offer adult environments, now you're expanding into offering services, which I
Yes.
think is beautiful. But we're here to talk about the next generation programming. Now, you said the different age ranges, so I just wondered, right? I know you have a photography class
Yes.
that is currently in session, right?
Yeah, currently in session. We partner with International Center of Photography, in short for ICP, and they offer free digital, well, not digital for adults, sorry, but free black and white film photography for youth, for preteens, teens, from Monday through Thursdays, and it's honestly beautiful. I actually started doing photography black and white as well, so to experience that, like what the teens experience, is really great.
So what's the age range for that?
Same age range, 8 to 18.
8 to 18, so
Yes.
it's that broad. Okay, and then what about the screen printing?
Same age range. I have some designs here actually.
Nice. Let's
This
see.
is from screen printing where they get to make their own designs. I will say depending on our campaigns, like this is one of them. It says, only in deep water a fish it finds out how strong it is. And it was in collaboration for our fish parade event.
Which is held annually.
Yes,
I
held,
believe
yes.
in May.
No, June.
June. Oh, okay, my
June
bad.
20th.
Messed up with the month, but
June
it's-
20th.
I love it.
And then this is also another design that one of our students made in screen printing, and they get to pick the color of their shirts if they want to do a tote bag. But yeah, like I brought also these for you, so you can.
This is for me. Yay! I love gifts. Thank you.
But yeah, so
Love that.
this is what screen printing is offered, and we actually just opened it up to 8 to 18 because we had 14 and 19, and we realized a lot of kids is really interested in like creating their own designs and learning how to like the basics of it. So that's why we started to open it up.
To the
Yeah.
8-year-olds. Well, the 8-year-olds are advanced now. They're all born with
yes.
microchips in their heads.
Yeah, I'm like, how do you do it? How do you do it?
They're way advanced. Thank you for the gifts. I love
course.
it. And I know we have images also to share with our viewers so that you can see the way the program is conducted, as well as the space itself. And so while we're pulling up those images, let's talk a little bit about the Civic Theater and why it's Civic Theater.
Right. So Civic Theater is run by another partner that we partner with is Open Hydrant. And the reason why we call it Civic Theater is because a lot of like the topics that's been spoken about lately in acting is like debating, and like a lot of the topics that
Like, well,
teens
let's share with everybody. You
Yeah.
share with me. ChatGPT.
Yeah, one of the-
AI is like a debatable topic right now.
one of our presentations from Civic Theater was about ChatGPT. Like there was a pro and then there was a con to it. So like to hear both sides like of why ChatGPT don't work or why it does work for some people, it was actually really interesting. And there was another topic of why students shouldn't have phones in classes. So like it's what like these topics are based on what the teens are experiencing in nowadays society. And that's what Civic Theater came up with the word civic.
Civic Theater, right. And so is it designed improvisationally?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Based on the topic.
Based on the topic. Once students come in, they get to know each other. And then one thing that the teaching artists will ask is like, what are you experiencing at in school? Like, what is something that you want to speak about that you don't have the space to do it? And that's why, like, the Point offers a safe space for you to, you know, be who you are, no judgment. And if you gotta debate about something, debate it in a respectful manner.
Right.
So.
Right. We're all allowed to disagree. It's just
exactly.
in the way it's communicated. Can we show those images of the Point? I just want to show our viewers exactly what the Point looks like, what the space looks like, because it's just,
bright,
it's a
beautiful
warehouse.
place.
It's a warehouse. There we go. We're looking at them doing some
Screen printing.
right? Screen printing. And what else do we have?
This is all screen printing right now.
Okay.
This is when they was creating their own designs, and it was also based on like what they wanted to create, because a lot of them wants to, you know, make their own small business or nonprofit, and like this is a space for them to do that. But yeah, like to see the process as well, because it all started on paper, and to bring it onto a screen and like to print it on tote
Material.
bags. Yes. It was a process for them. This is also Open Hydrant Civic Theater when they went to go see an act, to get a feel how it is to speak in front of people. They also collab with public speaking, so Open Hydrant does both programs.
Right.
And they They go hand in hand. So with whoever's in public speaking, and they use that for civic theater for their debate speech. So like, oh, now I know how to, you know, speak more openly.
Right,
And like not be
right.
like,
And feel comfortably. Right,
like
right.
that was me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, I don't want to talk.
It happens. It happens. Well, it really comes from doing it regularly and
Yes.
consistently. So,
Yeah.
so before we go, is there anything that we didn't touch upon that you would like our audience our viewers, I should say, to leave with?
Well, we do also offer other programming such as Minds Empowered and Action, which Action stands for Activists Coming to Impact Our Neighborhoods. And that's under a community development team, and Minds Empowered is under Arts and Ed. And Minds Empowered is based off like mental health, sexual abuse that happens in the South Bronx community. And our teens come up with our banners to spread awareness, and also, again, to have a safe space to talk about these kind of things. And Action works on campaigns such as the Stop the Cross Bronx Expressway and clean air, stuff like that. Definitely, we should get community development in here and talk about it. But that's our other programming that we do offer. That's our other programming that we do offer at the Point.
Right.
And again, they're all free 99, like you said.
I love it. I love it. That's my favorite word. And I love that they make it accessible to the community.
Yes,
right?
definitely accessible to our community. Even like if you can't, some people don't have access to online to register. So please come in person. We're located in Hunts Point. Come see me. I'm right in the front. I have QR codes for you to apply. Yeah, and just continue to see your faces and
to foster the next generation into their own.
And we hope these programming help like you build what you want to be in future self. You know, like before I didn't know what I wanted to do. So after working at the Point, I'm just like I want to help young people figure out what they want to do. And yeah, that's me.
That's beautiful. That's what it's about, living in purpose.
Yes.
Yes, love it. Thank you. Amanda Barreto, everyone.
Thank you.
Yes, and for more information on the Point CDC, you can visit thepoint.org, and you can also follow them on IG at the Point CDC. All right, stay tuned. There's more open when we return.
We are the Eco Leaders. We learned that everything starts with ourselves. Then we have to educate ourselves. Then we have to build community and use our imagination.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Open. So my next guests understand that no man is an island and that a hand up goes a long way. By recognizing a need in the community, these two gentlemen co-founded the nonprofit Two Kings Kitchen, and their mission is to offer free, healthy evening meals to those who need them. And they understand that hunger isn't loud, it's quiet. And in these challenging times, a warm meal is more than just food. It's the feeling of being seen and acknowledged. By partnering with local restaurants, food suppliers, and donors, they ensure that no one goes hungry or eats alone in their community. Let's take a look at what inspired them to act.
One day, as we walked around New York, my business partner and I noticed a woman with her young son asking for something to eat. She simply didn't have enough to feed him. As we looked across the street, we noticed another gentleman in the garbage looking for something to eat that day. As I walked further, I ran into a gentleman getting off work looking for coffee change. I decided to chip in. As we stopped in the store, we noticed a lady putting her items back. She didn't have enough to feed her entire family. So we started talking and thinking about how can we make a change? How can we make a difference? And suddenly, it hit us both. Two Kings Kitchen. Let's do it. A dream was born. We started working with restaurants and nonprofits and government officials around the city to provide high-quality meals for free on a daily basis. The inauguration was great. The community showed up. Our volunteers are now in the kitchen. Two Kings Kitchen serving these meals to the community. The lines were wrapped around the whole entire block. We're so excited. A dream has been born. Jason London, Van Walker, Two Kings Kitchen. Join us in our efforts to feed the community.
I love it, love it, love it, love it. Reaching out, that's what it's about. All right, here to share more about their mission and how you can help, we welcome CEO, founders of Two Kings Kitchen, Thurman, or as he likes to be called, Van Walker, and Jason London, or as he likes to be called, London. Hello and welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you for having us.
Well, thank you for being here with us. You know, I have to do the formalities, you
Yes,
know, but please do explain to me why instead of Thurman, you prefer being called Van.
That's my middle name, and I have certain friends and family who will call me Van. It's like, you should use that more. It fits you. So, no, just go by Van Walker.
Okay, so
easier.
maybe we should change that on your bio. And
Okay, we can do that. Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Because I've been introducing you as Thurman, and you're like, hey, I'm Van. I'm like, Van,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
It don't matter either or, but Van is cool.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And then London just wants to be like, you know,
Yeah,
Prince and
yeah.
Madonna.
He's an
one word.
artist.
Yes. Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. Well, we thank you for being here. And
you.
please do share your relationship to each other and why this is so important for you guys to film.
Sure. Well, we met through a mutual friend, and we both shared the same passion for just helping people. And he had his own nonprofit before. I worked for a nonprofit, so we just came together and said, hey, we should do something together to serve the community, because we both come from the same communities that's underserved, underrepresented. So we said, hey, let's work together and bring a vision to the Bronx, which is needed, you know?
So, because I'm over here going, okay, he's in an entirely different field, right?
Yeah.
Because you come from like sports and modeling,
Yeah.
right? That's a whole different environment. And then you come from the medical or like
Well, nonprofit, wellness. Yeah, so
right?
we say that, yeah.
And now you've come together. Is there something that happened to each of you that compelled you both to come together to create this initiative?
Well, basically, as for me, starting off as an artist in Atlanta, I would, be in my office, and I started my branding company. So I would be at lunch, and I would go down to the different marketplaces and the different stores to get lunch. And they had a park called Hurt Plaza, and there were a lot of people playing chess and checkers, and I would see a lot of people that needed food. So on my way back, I would be giving out food constantly, and by the time I got back to my office, I found out that I would have no food, so that I had to return again. So it just kind of sat dear to my heart, so I started my nonprofit basically called Diversity Boulevard at that time, where it was just like all hands on deck type service where we provided food and clothing. I would, store the clothes and partner with different people in the community. And then moving to New York, modeling and doing my music as well as acting, those things are pretty well rounded and going. Mm-hmm. But there was something that was still missing, and I realized that it was just the nonprofit work that was dear to my heart. So meeting Van and understanding that he had similarities and wanting to give back to the community, it just aligned perfectly for us to start something. So he came in with the idea to start the Two Kings Kitchen, and we've been running ever since, just building partners and sponsors and affiliates, and building our volunteers in the community as well.
That's beautiful. And I just want to stay here for just a quick second, just because when you're in this field of arts and modeling and, the glitz and glams and the notoriety and visibility and so forth, there's something that can very easily get lost because you lose connection, right? And that's what I just received from what you shared, in the sense of there's something missing in my soul, right? And so just share with us what that is, so that anybody who may be listening, who is in the field, understands how important it is to pass it forward for yourself.
Well, for me, I believe that your talents are given to you to ultimately be an asset to your purpose in life. And so I would say, first of all, people should find their purpose and figure out how their talent can actually be a moving, driving force within that. So understanding that my talents were my talents, but there was a bigger thing that was missing, and knowing that I had a purpose, which was to help people. And ultimately, my talent was a gateway to do that. So being an artist, I see a lot of artists and a lot of different athletes and people that have the ability to give back, but sometimes just don't do it for whatever reason that is. And I just didn't want to be that person. I wanted to be someone that was able to use my talents to elevate, motivate, and encourage people in life.
That's beautiful. I mean, that's the world we need to continue encouraging people to live in, and that is our humanity.
Right. Yes.
So, so how did you guys meet?
We met through a mutual friend, so basically we just met up, started speaking about it. She was also interested in what we were doing, so we just started talking about it, and we just connected. And I shared with him how I grew up with my dad. After my mom passed, he couldn't cook, and he was a truck driver at the time. But when she passed, he had to come home and stay with us. So he would always take us to soup kitchens for meals, and that was because he couldn't cook or he just didn't have the money for it. So when I moved to the Bronx 15 years ago, I realized that the Bronx is similar to where I grew up in Newark, New Jersey. That's where I'm originally from. And they face the same type of issues that we had in my hometown.
Right.
So I was like, listen, we need to do something, partner up. We're both passionate about it. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
And to kind of piggyback on that also, it became a driving force for me also in college, and also being an artist. A lot of times you don't have everything you need when you need it. There's a lot of artists that move to different cities versus LA, Atlanta, and some of the cities that I lived in, and sometimes they go without the proper nutrition, the proper meals, and you just never know, because they're chasing a dream, and sometimes while you're chasing a dream, your money goes to that dream. So for me, there was times where I wanted to eat a nice meal, and I couldn't, because it was a decision where I'm going to pay for studio time or I'm going to eat a nice meal. So we wanted to be that avenue to bridge the gap between that, so you don't necessarily have to be a person that don't have food or maybe have a living situation, but you could just possibly be someone chasing your dream and
with
just need a meal that day.
Right,
So,
with integrity,
right.
right? There's no shame
Right, no shame.
in coming together, right? Is what you're saying, right? It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So where do you see yourselves going from this? I know what we just shared was the vision, and you're here to present it to our Bronx audience. What can we do to assist you in moving this forward?
Just reach out to us, support us. We started reaching out to local leadership like Vanessa Gibson. Their office has been very helpful, supportive. Althea Stevens as well. So so we're just making those connections right now. So anyone else who's interested, they can just reach out to us on Two Kings Kitchen, either on X or Instagram. And just see how they can support us.
Any last
So
words,
basically
Linda?
just being more visible in the marketplace, you know, so that people know, things like this. We're so grateful that you have us on here as one of our first platforms that we're able to speak publicly on TV for, and we believe there's going to be many more that we're able to do. So if you would like us to come on your platform, then you have those avenues that you can reach us at, which is Two Kings Kitchen, New York NYC on Instagram, as well as Twitter and Facebook. And there's also a link in that bio where you can click on that website, and it will take you to where you can become a volunteer. You can also donate. And we're just looking for people that want to help people, people that have a heart for other people,
That's beautiful. And that also pertains to the restaurants.
Yes.
Just say.
Yes.
Right? All right.
Yes.
Thank you for bringing it here.
Thank
London.
you for having us.
Van. Oh my gosh, this is exciting, you guys. I hope you're excited, because I'm all about how do we help each other right? We're all in this together. So once again, for more information about Two Kings Kitchen, you can follow them on IG at Two Kings Kitchen NYC. Stay tuned. There's more open when we return.
We're gonna start the show right now. This is my favorite part. Ready in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey, this is Angel, and I am one of the instructors for the in-studio production. Here at Bronxnet, we offer classes that can help you elevate, expand, and start your television career. All you have to do is sign up at bronxnet.org/education. For the past 7 years, I have been in various productions, spanning from talk shows, independent films, news reports, art displays, teachings, musical performances, and many more. Ain't that right, Angel? Yeah, you're absolutely right, Angel. There are a lot of creative individuals that we're just waiting to sign up for the class. And if I may, can I also express thank you, Angel. That's all the time we have left. Visit bronxnet.org/education and become a producer by taking the course. The class I offer is also in English, en español y también bilingüe. Nos vemos en la próxima clase.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Open. So my next guest is passionate about helping women gain clarity in their lives so they can feel fulfilled, aligned, and certain about who they are and where they're going. Through her MugHug Store, she reminds people that even the smallest of routine moments offer opportunities for transformation. Her message is simple yet clear. The way we speak to ourselves is important, and starting your day with intention by reinforcing a message of self-worth will lead to daily empowerment. And joining us to discuss empowered morning rituals is empowerment coach, speaker, and founder of MugHug Store Aura Martinez. Hello and welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here. It's always an honor.
Oh gosh, this is so wonderful. So one of the things that excites me the most is when we've had guests on, like, what did we have you on, like 3 or 4 years ago?
Yes, 3 years ago.
3
Can
years
you believe
ago.
that?
Yeah. I know. Time just goes by and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then we're able to invite you back on and see where you've evolved in your field, right? And so when we had you on originally, you came and spoke as a coach, right?
Yes.
An empowerment coach.
Yes.
And yes, you're still an empowerment coach.
Yes.
However, you've expanded into merchandise. And
Yes.
and then there's the intentionality behind the way the merchandise was created and how to utilize them, even though, you know, it looks like it may be a mug, but you designed this with an intention. So let's share that with our viewers.
Yes. Well, the whole intention behind it, and my story is also a part of it. I used to be very critical of myself. I think which woman isn't so critical of herself? And so if only I could create the things that we do every single day, like drink coffee, drink tea, into that moment that anchors us in so that we could be mindful of the way we're talking to ourselves, so that we could be gentle and encouraging to ourselves. So that's what motivated me to create MugHug Store.
And so just in what you're sharing, because right now we are living in a day and age where we're scrolling on social media regularly, and there's a lot of comparison, and then there's also this external attention that we're offering versus internalizing how it is that we're going to approach the day. And I say this because, you know, I'm a mindful practitioner as well, so I understand what you're doing here. And not only that, there's this opportunity not only to be with self, but to really indulge in what it is that you're sipping. Because a lot of times we'll drink coffee or tea and we drink it just because it's a morning ritual and it's just a habit. But do we really indulge in the flavor of it, the aroma of it, the sipping of it, the ingestion of it?
Yes, and you bring up such an important point. I think so many times we could get so caught up in the day-to-day, let me get this coffee because I gotta go to work. And the whole intention of this was to create a tool so that they can sit with themselves, enjoy the sip, enjoy and sit with their thoughts. I think many times we shy away from our thoughts. So this is also an invitation for people to slow down. Because I think in this hectic world, we've been conditioned to go in a rush. And it's like, no, that slowing down is so important because it allows us to be mindful.
Especially in New York, especially in New York. It's like part of our culture. Like we're doing everything on the run. You know, we drink coffee on the run. We eat pizza on the run. Like, you know, I'm guilty too, but this is beautiful. So let's share with everybody the sayings that are on the cup and why you chose certain and also themes and just, you know, elaborate a little further on what we're experiencing here.
Of course. So I have a theme for like different holidays and stuff like Mother's Day, for example. Even on hard days, I am still the safe place.
Can we grab it?
Of course.
Yeah,
no,
just so
that's
that we can show it.
Yes.
Okay, so it says?
Even on hard days, I am still the safe place my child needs. Right? So giving ourselves that reminder. So that's for Mother's Day, as an example.
Hint, hint, right around the corner.
Yes. And another thing too, everything that is in English is also in Spanish. So even this is in Spanish as well. Yeah, I gotta honor my Latina roots.
I love that. So, but you have a Spanish version of it. It's not English on one side and Spanish on the other.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. So the languages are separate. This one, I am the sunshine of my life. How many times do we feel blue or we expect someone else to give us the happiness that only we can give ourselves? So that's a reminder, no, you are your sunshine. You are the one. And, and I have the Halloween one, lo fabuloso está dentro de mí. So for Halloween, boo, as in boo, yes.
Cute. Okay, we're just gonna skim through that one because we're out of season on that one. But it's there for you when Halloween comes around. I'm really interested in this really colorful one.
Yes.
Yeah, and hold it up for a little while so they can grab it. And share what's on that.
Yes, mi taza de inspiración, my cup of inspiration. So some of the things that it says in Spanish, todo lo que necesito está dentro de mí. So everything that I need is inside of me. Creo mi propia felicidad. I create my own happiness. So it's all these sayings so that we can remind ourselves, I am happiness, soy felicidad. I am love, soy amor. Because I think we forget how important the I am is. Because we're literally defining ourselves.
Yes, no, that was beautiful.
I could continue.
That's wonderful. No, we can keep going too because I think it's an important practice.
Yes.
I think it's important for us to really step into the day intentionally and to what you've done, right? Because that to me is aligned with like affirmation writing and gratitude writing in the mornings and or reading affirmations or whatever people's rituals are. But when it's on this cup and or mug, excuse me, and so when you go to pour, right, and you get to go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I mean, I know my cabinet is filled with like I don't know how many mugs, and I have my favorites.
Yes.
And I have my favorites really because of what's on them.
Yes.
I really do.
Yeah. And you know, something that I want to touch on that you mentioned, affirmations. We don't realize that everything that we say is an affirmation. So when we're saying, I'm broke, you're literally defining yourself as broke. That may be your state right now, but it's not who you are. And so, it's just so important that we are mindful of what we're saying to ourselves and what we're saying out loud to other people too. It's just so important.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the words are our declaration. So you know we
Yes.
speak the same language.
Yes.
You and I. So we can do a partnership here. I'm like, yeah, I'm with you. But okay, so let's talk about the red one here. Because,
Yes.
Yeah.
For Valentine's Day, yo soy la pieza de rompecabezas que hace falta. So that is, I am the piece of the puzzle that is missing. Because so many times, and I know I was guilty of that before, we think that the love we need, the attention we need, is going to come from a partner. And yes, it does, but first it comes from you.
Right.
It's so important to remember that.
Well, yeah, and not only that, you attract what you give to yourself.
Yes.
Right? And so,
Yes.
by the way, everyone, I just want to reiterate, while she read it in Spanish, they also come in English.
Yes.
She has English and Spanish here,
Yes.
but they're bilingual, all of them, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All of them are bilingual. And another thing too that I want to say, and that transparent glass right there,
this one.
the
Mhm.
powerful
Let's look at this
words.
one.
There was an experiment, and the man that created that experiment was Dr. Emoto, if I'm not mistaken. And what he did was he tested how the water becomes depending on the word that it has. So he would put hate and then freeze that water, or put love and freeze that water. And what he noticed there, and hence why it's so important for us to be mindful of what we are letting in our body, depending on the word, that would form the crystal that was in the water when they would look under a microscope. And so, yeah, it's just so important what we are watching, what we're listening to, what we're saying to ourselves. So that one is gozo, joy, grandeza, greatness, poder, power, right? Because you are all of that.
Yeah.
Felicidad, happiness. Bello if you're a guy, right? Handsome. Bella if you're a woman, beautiful. You are all those things.
Yeah. So, I mean, she did make these words feminine, but you know I gotta have fun with you.
I know.
But you know, but the idea is that you're conscious of how it is that you're stepping
Yes.
into your day, as well
Yes.
as how you're ingesting your
Yes.
liquids and
Yes.
understanding the power of words.
Yes, it's so important. It's so important. And we forget that so many times. And so it's my desire that these mugs are a reminder for people to stop, think about how you're speaking to yourself, and speak to yourself nicely. Speak to yourself gently.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful practice, and it does require a sense of awareness. And and I'm with you. I'm with you
Yes.
all the way. And I love that you've come up with these mugs that are wonderful ways
Thank
to
you.
just be with self, right? Because
Thank you.
usually when you're sipping, you're
with yourself.
yes, and then taking a pick at how you want to reaffirm your existence.
Yes. By the way, that glass mug is for you.
I was hoping that was the one that was reality. I want this one. Yay. Yes. It's really jazzy looking.
Yes,
So thank
yes.
you. You know my taste.
Yes.
Get it, Aura. All right, you guys, once again, Aura Martinez. And if you're interested in any of the mug hugs, you can go to MugHugStore.com, and you can also follow her on Instagram at MugHug Store. All right, stay tuned. There's more open when we return. Nice.
Only 57% of New York City high school students are college ready by their senior year. .55% of high school graduates either have no plans to attend college or are uncertain that they will ever attend. .34% of young adults don't go to college because they can't afford it. Discover what's possible. Bronxnet's education programs, internships, and opportunities help engage and inspire Bronx youth and beyond to pursue their passions. Be a part of the Bronxnet family. Whether you're interested in our shows, joining a class, or donating to support our mission, visit bronxnet.org to learn more.
What's up, creative family? Discover your voice with Bronxnet Community Media Classes. Are you ready to bring your ideas to life? At Bronxnet, we offer television production classes for community members ages 18 and over, empowering you to share your vision with the world. Get certified in field production, in-studio production, and our new exciting addition, podcast production. Once certified, you can create your own show to air on one of our 6 TV channels. It all starts with our free Unleash Your Ideas Masterclass, designed to help you plan your show idea and set you up for success on your production journey. This class is offered at the beginning of each month for your convenience. Our dedicated Bronxnet team is here to support, encourage, and uplift you every step of the way. Join us and become a part of the creative force that engages and inspires the Bronx community and beyond. Sign up today and start your media journey with Bronxnet. Visit bronxnet.org/education to learn more and register. Let's create something amazing together.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Open. So, April is Jazz Appreciation Month. And just in time, our Open Artist Spotlight shines on 2 gentlemen who are here to talk about the 2026 Jazz Power Initiative Syncopated celebration and an exciting new partnership between the nonprofit Jazz Power Initiative and WBGO Radio. So this year's Syncopated celebration is going to honor leaders of the jazz community who have championed the historic and cultural significance of this essential art form. And we welcome to the show, or back to the show, I should say, the man who dubbed me the Alchemist, Managing and Artistic Director of Jazz Power Initiative, Dr. Eli Yamin. And along with him, we have WBGO's President and CEO and honoree of the Syncopated Celebration 2026, Mr. Stephen Williams. Hello and welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for
having us.
Thank you for being
Great
here.
to be back on Open.
I'm honored.
I love it.
Well, we love having you, and I love that you bring these wonderful friends of yours.
Yes.
And in honor of Jazz Appreciation Month,
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't
Yes.
get any better
No.
than
Yes.
this.
It's a match made in jazz heaven.
I love it, I love it.
Yeah.
And this is the man representing the, the best jazz station in the world.
Indeed. Indeed. We're celebrating our 47th anniversary this year. BGO is the preeminent jazz media organization in the world. We are known and loved and revered really around the world. I travel all over the globe, and pretty much every place I've been, there's somebody who has heard this radio station, and not just heard it, but have really wonderful things to say about it, wonderful experiences that they have shared with me. And so it's quite an honor to be a representative of the station, sort of a fulfillment of a life's dream. Not many of us, maybe you, get an opportunity to have a dream job. This is my dream job, and every day I get up and sometimes I have to pinch myself and say, wow, man, I'm doing the thing that I was put on this planet to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, right? That seems to be today's theme, is purpose, right? Because it definitely holds a different significance.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Indeed.
and it just drives through everything, you know, that the exterior is trying to fill our plates with.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
WBGO gave me my purpose, because when I was a teenager, I started listening, growing up in New Jersey, and I heard this music, and it just drove me wild. You know, Count Basie, Duke Ellington, Benny Goodman, Bobby McFerrin, Abby Lincoln. They introduced me to all these wonderful, wonderful musicians. And then I got my first job in jazz at WBGO, 18 years old, 1986.
Worked there as a board op and then an on-air host and then a producer of jazz from the archives and Portraits in Blue. And it really set the trajectory for me in this incredible music of jazz. So for us at Jazz Power Initiative, the Inwood-based nonprofit organization serving our uptown community in the Bronx, we are so thrilled to honor Steve and WBGO at our Syncopated celebration.
That's and so yes, congratulations on being recognized as this year's honoree. But in addition to that, let's share a little bit about this partnership before we talk about the Syncopated celebration.
All right, all right. Well, I mean, there's so many opportunities for us to collaborate. WBGO as a media organization, us as an arts education and performance producer uptown. We need to synergize our efforts to expand the jazz community and to make sure we're reaching young people. A lot of my students had never heard of WBGO. I mean, I mentioned it a few times, but they don't necessarily think of the radio as a resource.
Right.
But nowadays, you don't even have to have a radio. You can just go to WBGO.org, listen there. You can get podcasts. You can get access to so much information, learn about the music, find the artists you love. And so we're so excited to have different ways of getting our young people connected with the station's resources and to bring WBGO up here, uptown, and to open to share their personality and their knowledge with our community here.
Yeah, and there's also the actual pivot that WBGO has done, right?
Absolutely.
With the streaming as
becoming
another
a
form of
21st century media organization.
It's the day of age. I mean, we have to adjust. That's just the way it is. So I know you shared that you can listen to them through the website, but there's other means in which people
many
can
other
also.
means, and that's how we become a global entity, media entity. We have a mobile app, we have a robust website, we have exciting presence in the world of social media, and all of these avenues, all of these platforms serve to expand and enrich our community. Because really what we are is a radio station, but beyond that, and probably more important than that, we are an arts and culture institution, a vehicle for those of us who find it to be a part of their lives. You figure out pretty quickly that BGO is so much more than just something that you turn on and listen to. It really does reach individuals in a very special way that goes way beyond just the listening experience. And part of that, much of that, is is due to the way that we utilize the various platforms for our engagement.
Yeah, I understand you also have podcasts now.
We do. We have a podcast
right?
unit as well.
Yeah.
This is. I wanted to say that this honor, it's special, but it comes at an amazing, a propitious time for this organization. We're celebrating, as I said, our 47th anniversary. We are on the cusp of moving from the building where you started your career some 47 years ago. We're downtown Newark organization. We are leaving that building and we're building a new $12 million facility right around the corner from where we are right now. So the station is really on the cusp of something magical that will, again, expand our footprint and our engagement and enrichment for decades, for many decades to come.
For many, many years to come.
And this collaboration, well, you know, jazz musicians, it's elemental,
yeah,
right? You know, jazz musicians collaborate.
Yes.
It's essential to the art form to collaborate with your fellow musician, your fellow artist. And so this thing that we're doing now is a natural extension of that.
I love it. I love it. You know, you sound like jazz musicians.
Yes, indeed.
And so thank you for sharing all those details. I'm very excited for you. And you know, what I'm reading is like preservation and then there's the cultivation of the next generation, which is one of your primary goals.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a strategic goal. And being here and being in Harlem and Inwood and Manhattan is also serves a strategic function for us, because even though we've been around for a long time, we we aspire to have a greater impact and influence in Manhattan and in the 5 boroughs. And this is a wonderful bridge toward that goal.
Love it, right? But we're here in the BX, right?
Yeah.
We're going to shout out Bobby
The
Sanabria
Bronx, you're right.
because
Yeah.
that's our rep here.
Well, you know, Bobby's one of my colleagues. He has a radio program, the Latin Jazz Cruise, which has been on the radio at WBGO for several years now. He's one of the esteemed members of our staff.
Yes, he's an
Love
esteemed
that guy.
musician.
He brings that Bronx flavor
he
to
brings
jazz,
the Bronx-
the
exactly.
WBGO.
Love it. So before we run out of time, we have to talk about the celebration.
Yes. Well, speaking of collaboration, we have Christian McBride, the 11-time Grammy Award winner, as our host. So he has been so active in many nonprofits serving jazz, and now he's coming to host our Syncopated celebration on May 14th. We're going to be honoring Washington Heights native Lakeisha Benjamin, who's a great saxophonist and one of the leading jazz musicians now touring the world. And big shout out to Lakeisha, who's done many performances with us in Upper Manhattan and in the Bronx and been very involved in Jazz Power for many years. And then we're also honoring a city council member, Carmen De La Rosa, who's been such a wonderful supporter of arts and culture. She'll be the recipient of our Miranda Family Champion of Arts and Culture Award. So we're going to have these honorees. We're going to have performances from Christian McBride and Lakeisha Benjamin, and from our youth, our ZA Ensemble, which is our advanced youth group singers. They'll be singing, and they'll get a chance to meet Christian and do a song with him, do a song with Lakeisha. So we're very excited about this evening on May 14th, and we have tickets available. There's just a handful left, but people can get them at jazzpower.org, and all the details are there. If you'd like to be a sponsor, if you'd like to just get a concert ticket, a whole range of options.
Or just experience the intergenerational curation, because that's one of the things I love about Jazz Power Initiative.
And it's jazz, you know, as you were talking before, jazz is a life force. You know, I felt it through the station when I started listening and then working there as a teenager. I feel it in my children now from Washington Heights, from the Bronx. These kids see themselves in this music, and they understand that, wow, I've got a friend here for life. We say we make friends in jazz and we make friends with jazz. So that's what's happening here. It's life force.
Oh, you could tell. You're representing it right now. You're representing it right now, and we are so grateful to you for bringing it here to us.
We're grateful for you having us here.
Yes, indeed.
It's really quite the honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations once again.
All right.
All right, yeah. I tell you, Dr. Eli Yamin, he always makes me feel jazzy.
Look out. You might start dancing.
They got to stay tuned for that. Oh, gosh. Once again, Dr. Eli Yamin, Artistic Director of Jazz Power Initiative, and Steve Williams, WBGO's President and CEO. And once again, if you're interested in attending the 2026 Jazz Power Initiative Syncopated celebration, that's taking place on May 14th at the Leonard Nimoy Thalia Symphony Space, which is located at 2537 Broadway, West 95th Street in New York. And for more information, you can go to jazzpower.org. Stay tuned. When we return, Dr. Eli Yamin and renowned jazz trumpeter James Zollar will perform Duke Ellington's Do Nothing Till You Hear From Me. Yeah, happy Jazz Appreciation Month, mi gente. Don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss that.
19.7% of Bronxites currently experience food insecurity. Meanwhile, instead of these nice, colorful foods, this is the best food that they have access to. If this sounds like you, there are a bunch of resources to get healthy food for free or cheap. If you want to help, you might consider donating or volunteering in one of these places. Community fridges like this one are all over the city, and allow New Yorkers to conveniently donate extra food to people who might need it. Go to this link and find your nearest one. Food banks and pop-up events like these provide millions of healthy meals to families in need. These organizations are distributing meals to Bronxites as we speak and are always accepting donations and volunteers.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Open Here Now to perform Duke Ellington's Do Nothing Till You Hear From Me. Please welcome Dr. Eli Yamin and James Zollar. Okay, y'all got me grooving in here. Let's give it up for Dr. Eli Yamin and James Zollar. Woo! Oh my gosh, thank you so much for reminding everyone to stay jazzy. That's right, happy Jazz Appreciation Month, mi gente. And once again, for more on Jazz Power Initiative, visit jazzpower.org. And, bueno, that's our show today, mi gente. Thanks to all our guests for coming through and to you, our viewers, for tuning in. If you missed any part of the show, you can check out this episode throughout the weekend, 24 hours a day at bronxnet.tv. I'm Rhina Valentin. And from all of us here at Open, may the universe provide paz, prosperity, y amor. And remember, keep it jazzy.